Hello, friends of Virtuoso IQ. Today we're going to talk about the 10 most consumed grains and seeds globally. And let's jumpstart this presentation with rice, which it's believed to have originated in the Himalayas right around the southeast of China, where it's been cultivated over 10,000 years. Rice is an excellent source of energy for those who depend on this grain for their nutrition. It provides several of the vitamins of the B type, iron, magnesium, and fiber. However, we must point out that its excessive consumption could lead to obesity. Annually, more than 540 millions of tons are consumed around the world. The rice industry produces $360 billion, and the first five major consumers of rice are China with 150 millions of tons. Second, India with 121 millions of tons. Then we have Indonesia with 37. And in fourth place, we have Bangladesh. And we close the fifth place with Vietnam with 30 millions of tons every year. And by the way, Bangladesh consumes 36 millions of tons every single year. Now, I want you to tell me, which grain or seed do you think that is the second most consumed around the world? Which one did you say? Did you say coffee? That is right. Now tell me, where was coffee originated? Did you say in the Kaffa region of Ethiopia? Man, you are on fire! And according to a legend, that is being told, from generations to generations in Ethiopia, there was a shepherd who used to feed, his goats some seeds. And whenever, the goats ate those seeds, they would, get hyper. And so he decided to test them, by himself. By doing so, he discovered its energizing effect. He shared his discovery with some monks, but they weren't that impressed until they, by accident, burned some of those seeds. And since then, annually, more than 10,000 millions of kilos of coffee are consumed globally, and the industry generates about $473 billion. Nutritionally speaking, the caffeine in coffee has a temporary effect, of augmenting the energy and the alertness in humans. It could also reduce the risk of neurological diseases as well as certain kinds of cancer. Now, on the downside, coffee produces insomnia, anxiety, irritability, nausea, headaches, heart problems, as well as digestive. Now, per capita, the first five consumers of coffee around the globe are Luxembourg with 5 cups of coffee per day per capita, Finland with 4, Sweden with 3, Norway with 3 also, and Austria in the 5th place with 2. It is important to highlight that the global market of coffee in terms of consumption is led by the United States of America, and income from coffee sales in the US are higher than $84 billion every year. The third grain or seed most consumed globally is corn. Originated in the southeast of Mexico, in the valley of Tehuacan in Puebla, where it's been cultivated for over 9,000 years. It is believed that corn was created by the Mayans as they cross some wild plants called teosintle with some other that were similar. Now, the global market of corn, it's higher than 300 billions a year. The first five consumers globally of corn are the United States of America, who also leads the production and the exportation of the grain. In second place is China. In third place, the 27 states of the European Union. In fourth place, Brazil. And in fifth place, Mexico. The fourth most consumed grain or seed is wheat, which has originated in the Middle East, specifically in the region between the Tigris and Euphrates River, which is commonly known as, the Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Iran area. The high content of carbohydrates in wheat makes it an excellent source of energy. Wheat is also beneficial for the digestive system, and the global industry generates around $200 billion a year. The five first consumers of wheat are China with 151,000 metric tons. In second place, India with 112. The European Union in third place with 108. Russia with 38,000. And the United States of America with 31,000 metric ton. The fifth place in consumption is occupied by quinoa, that plant from the Andean region of the Titicaca in Peru and Bolivia, has been an important source of nutrition for the indigenous people of that region of the world for many, many years. Peru and Bolivia produce more than 80% of the global production of quinoa. Other countries where quinoa is produced are the United States of America, Argentina, and Ecuador. Quinoa is rich in complete proteins that makes it ideal for people that have intolerance to gluten. It is also great to aid the digestive system, and also because of its low glycemic index, it is recommended for people with diabetic situation. The market globally is projected to reach about $3 billion by the end of this year. The five first consumers globally are the United States, Canada, Germany, France, and the Netherlands. The sixth place in terms of consumption is occupied by barley seeds. Barley seeds contain a lot of fibers, and that is the main reason why it's good for the digestion, and it also tends to reduce the negative cholesterol in humans. It is utilized for the production of alcoholic beverages, animal feed, and also as a substitute for rice in some recipes. The global market is higher than $6 billion a year. The first five major consumers of barley seeds are the European Union with 52 millions of metric tons, Russia with 15, Saudi Arabia with 8, China with 7.5, and Canada with 7 million of metric tons a year. The seventh most consumed seed around the world are the chia seed, which are excellent to control cardiovascular health, digestion, and also to fortify the bones and the immunological system. The global market of chia seed is higher than $7 billion a year, and the first 5 consumers of these seeds are the United States of America, Germany, the Netherlands, Canada, and the United Kingdom. The 7th most consumed seed or grain are the sunflower seed, which are excellent to control cardiovascular health and to strengthen the immunological system. Global consumption is higher than $30 billion a year. And the first 5 major consumers are Ukraine, Russia, the European Union, Argentina, and Turkey. The number 9 grain or seed most consumed in the planet is sesame seeds. There is a controversy when it comes to where this seed originated. Depending on who is talking, it could come from the Middle East, from India, or from Sudan in Africa. However, what it is clear is that it is great for cardiovascular health, to protect human bones and our teeth. Its global consumption generates $7.5 billion every year. And the first 5 major consumers are China, Turkey, Japan, South Korea, and Israel. And the 10th and final most consumed grain or seed are cashews, which in Spanish we call anacardo or semilla de cajuil. Now, some people believe that cashews are a nut. However, in reality, they aren't. Cashews are the seed of the fruit called cajuil in Spanish, which originated in the northeast of Brazil. Cashews are rich in proteins, and their high content of magnesium makes it excellent to reduce heart problems. Some studies suggest that regular consumption of cashews could improve the levels of sugar in the bloodstream. Cashews contain iron, zinc, copper, and other important nutrients. Its global consumption generates more than $7.5 billion a year. The first 5 major consumers of cashews are the United States, India, Germany, the Netherlands, and China. And there you have them, friends of Virtuoso IQ, the 10 most consumed grains and seeds around the world, their benefits, as well as the amount of money that they generate annually. And you have been empowered through Virtuoso IQ 1793. Please subscribe to my non-for-profit YouTube channel and share with your friends and family members. Thank you and see you soon.